how to wrap my hair like that.
Like with a headscarf?
Oh, yeah.
I definitely will.
It's
Really
because,
easy.
yeah, I need to do that for several reasons, but if I straighten it, I want it to last.
Right.
And it doesn't normally.
I got you.
Okay, that's what we'll do. Next podcast, we'll learn how to wrap our hair up.
I got you.
Cool. All right, should we get started?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to the Fit Spartans podcast. My name's Sarah. I'm the assistant director for fitness and wellness at the Spartan Rec Center, and I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
I'll go. I'm Taylor. I'm another intern. I'm also a Spartan X instructor.
Hello, I am Asia, and I am a fitness intern.
And former student of mine as well. And so is Taylor. Taylor, you were just in group fitness though, not in lifelong. But yeah, today we're going to talk about fitness journeys in general, journeys in quotes, because I feel like journey implies that there's an end. So that's why I put it in quotes. And everybody has to start somewhere. And I think that that's something that not a lot of people necessarily are recognizing, especially when they're looking at fitness influencers on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. You know, they look at how they're looking right now, and people might think, oh, I want to look like that. I'll do what they do, but not realize that, oh, they've been doing this for like 10 years kind of a thing.
Yep. Or they have a fast metabolism and that's just how their body is.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of
or they had surgery or, you know, other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Taylor, do you want to start? Tell me how you kind of got into working out.
Gosh, okay.
So, and fitness and, like, I guess exercise science. Like, why did you choose that?
Yeah. So we'll go all the way back to high school. And I started playing tennis. I played tennis for a while. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't really into lifting much because it was just playing tennis, and like we'd lift sometimes, but like not a lot. And then I joined track my junior year because the track coach was like nagging at me constantly, like, Taylor, just try. And I'm one of those people that if I'm not good at something the first time, I'm not gonna do it. Because I was also like, I don't know, because I was like a junior in high school, and I was like, if I suck at this, I don't want to be, But I ended up being like fairly decent. So, and then with that, we were always in the weight room, and we were always, you know, it was a lot more involved. Because, you know.
What did you do on track? What was your event?
I was a sprinter. I did the 4x2, and then the 4x1. Mm-hmm. And he had me do the 4x4s, and it was a hate-love relationship.
4x4, or just doing 400s in general, are the worst.
Yes. Those were like, I dreaded it.
What'd you say, Asia?
You have to be in shape.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Even if you're in shape, it's still terrible.
It was bad, though, because I was, like, okay at them. So my coach was like, oh, Taylor, you're going to do this. And I hated it. Yeah. I was really good at the 4x1. So I was like, let me just do the short ones.
Right. Get it over with.
Yes. Yeah, 10 seconds, done. Yep, that's how I like it. But yeah, so then I think myself, like I just liked just lifting in general, but I wasn't really concerned about like strength. I just liked working out. Mm-hmm. So that was how it was for a long time. I would just work out, but I wouldn't really worry about like, oh, I should go up in weight, or oh, I should do. So I kind of like stayed.
So what types of workouts would you just kind of like random total body stuff, or?
I can remember, honestly. Like, I think I probably started out kind of total body, but I remember, like, I'd always, like, squat and stuff, but I would never bench, and I would bench. Yeah, but I never deadlifted ever. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't, like, my form was probably horrific. back in the day.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I don't.
So how
yeah.
long ago was that?
I was probably 16, 17.
Hmm.
So, yeah, a while back. I'm 22 now. So, but yeah.
It's crazy how time flies.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's like I was doing it yesterday.
I know. So how have your workouts changed since then?
So it hasn't even been that long ago, maybe like a year and a half ago, if even a year and a half, maybe just a year.
Hmm.
I started, and honestly, a lot of it was influenced by my boyfriend because he lifts, and all of his friends were like big into lifting. And I never, because for girls, I feel like it's a lot harder to find other girls that, that like lifting,
Mm-hmm.
like actual lifting, like heavy and stuff like that. So I always did it by myself, and I didn't have a lot of, like, I had guy friends, but it wasn't like the same.
Hmm.
So then I was just curious. So I was like, okay, maybe let me try and like max out on some stuff and just see where I'm at. And then from there, then I just kind of started progressing with that.
Hmm.
But yeah, it wasn't that long ago. But yeah, I just honestly started squatting more and benching more. And then like the past like 3 or 4 months, I started getting more into deadlifting. But that is still a learning process.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them are. I'm still learning how to bench right too. So.
And it's gonna be forever.
Yep.
My beginning is actually pretty similar to yours, except for a little bit opposite. Because, well, before high school even, I danced not well. I feel like a lot of the other girls at the studio, they were the ones that were taking ballet, jazz, hip hop, tap, like doing all the different kinds. And
Yeah.
I only did either jazz or hip hop. But I noticed that immediately after the class, I just felt better about myself and I felt happy, and that's a good thing. So then I started sort of working out on my own with just my mom's little 3 and 5 pound dumbbells. And then when I got to high school, everybody was able to use the weight room. So even if you weren't an athlete, after school at 2:30 or 3, the weight room would open and you could use it. So I started just going to the weight room after school, going on the elliptical, typical. I would say this is sort of the stereotypical beginner girl workout. Go on the elliptical and then do some abs.
Yeah.
So that's what I started doing. And because I was one of the only girls in there, the weight room coach would come talk to me and ask me if I did any sports or anything like that, just because nobody else was doing that.
Yeah.
My friends joined the track team, and no coach was asking me to join the track team. I was so slow. But the only thing that you had to do to get on the track team at my school was run this Thanksgiving Day road race, and then you were on the team. So I went and I ran the road race, and then I joined the team because my friends were doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Not because you wanted to do it, but
I hated running. I hated it. I would train long distance because realistically, I was more of a long distance runner. In following years, I did a season of cross country, and I was much better at cross country.
Really?
Yeah. But on track, I trained long distance, and then I ran 100s so that it would be over.
Oh, geez.
What the heck?
And I never didn't come in last. I always came in last. My entire high school career on track. I did it 3 years. My third year, I think I got away with not competing and just training.
Okay.
That's why I was there anyway. I just wanted to train. I didn't want to compete.
Right.
I feel like that's not normal.
Oh,
I feel like most people don't really want to train. Anyway, so that's how I started. And then I joined tennis. And I was actually, I wasn't good at tennis, but I was better at tennis.
When you play tennis, you have to be quick. Like, that's quick thinking, quick movement, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my school, so I went to school in Connecticut, and Connecticut on the whole is a relatively wealthy state.
Mm-hmm.
The part of Connecticut that I was in was, so the bottom part of Connecticut, that's basically the suburbs of New York City, and that's where like all the rich people are.
Right.
My little area wasn't really like that at all. It was a little bit more regular, basically, you could say. And whenever we would go compete for tennis, we would be competing against these richer towns that have like private tennis coaches.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we lost a lot again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the moral of the story is, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, as long as you enjoy the process, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But so tennis didn't start until later. So I would lift with my friend who was a pole vaulter, and I would just do her program with her. So that was like the very little sort of beginning of doing stuff other than just elliptical and abs. And we did have a weight room coach there to kind of give us some tips about form and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's funny.
And Asia, I know you did sports in high school too.
Yes. So I started playing basketball in 8th grade at my middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was never really into sports. And I feel like people always feel like, Asia, you're tall, you should do it and stuff. So I tried basketball.
Yeah.
And y'all, it was terrible at first. Like, I didn't know how to do a layup. I could not dribble a ball. Like, I could do nothing. So learned how to start doing that. And our coach in 8th grade, he didn't make us run a lot, you know? And I think that season we won no games. We lost every game that season. So the summertime comes and the coach at our high school is like, conditioning. We're going to start conditioning for the upcoming, season for you girls to try out and stuff. So I'm like, okay, I'll try it. I had no idea what conditioning was. And like the first day out there, they're like, okay, you got to do a mile around the track in like 6 minutes. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. It took me 20 minutes, y'all. I was so tired.
Wow.
It was terrible. Like, oh my goodness. So after that, we kind of just got straight into it, working out, in the weight room, training, doing weight training. I had never done any of that stuff, so it was all new to me, like lifting weights. I didn't know what bench pressing and squatting, none of that was. So I was introduced to all of that. And I played varsity basketball for 3 years at my high school. And I enjoyed it, but my coach was like really, really tough. So my junior year, I took some time off. And my junior year, I started doing athletic training with the football team, which is like we got to travel with the team to their games, and we would like get in the water, tape them up and stuff. So that was cool.
That is cool.
To that,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and that's how I started getting into exercise science as my major. Because at first I wanted to do nursing, but I was like, I don't really think I want to do that as much anymore.
Yeah.
I want to do something that I relate to more. So that's how I got into it.
Do you remember Super Size Me? That documentary with Morgan Spurlock. He eats McDonald's for 30 days.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
So we watched that in my health class in high school. And he goes to see an exercise physiologist to test his VO2 max and his body fat and stuff. And we watched that, and I was like, I can do that. So then I just kind of committed to that from there, because it was sort of like, okay, well, you don't need a ton of math, and you don't need a ton of writing. You need,
Right.
you know, a certain level of
Mhm.
each of kind of the basic stuff that you learn in high school.
Right.
So anyway, that's how I got into exercise science. But for me, so as I was going through undergrad, when I arrived there, I went to a few of the Spartan X class. Well, they weren't Spartan X classes; they were just the group fitness classes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I could do this better than the instructor. And so that's kind of sad, but that's how I got into teaching.
Right.
And so for a while, that was kind of my main way of working out, was just teaching group fitness classes. And I wish that I had a video of me teaching when I was 19 years old, because I'm sure that I would like cringe at so many things that I used to do.
I bet it's golden if you had that like on camera or something.
Oh yeah.
I still have some old stuff from around grad school, and that's still very cringy. Like if you talk about continuing to learn, I don't feel like I really had a good grasp on form until after my master's, which is kind of crazy.
Right.
As an exercise science major, and even I was like a strength and conditioning coach because I had that certification from my master's. But it's different. Like knowing how it all works and the adaptations that your body will have from certain types of training is totally different than being able to do good form. Even though I thought I was,
Yeah.
I've learned. But yeah, I don't, so what are your workouts look like now if you work out, and what has kind of kept you motivated to keep that a part of your life if you still do work out?
Okay.
Does that make
I guess I'll
sense?
go. Yeah. So I've always worked out, like since I've it's been a while, like even like senior year of high school, I was always working out. I mean, I did fall off a little bit when I went off to Milwaukee. I didn't work out much, but I mean, for me personally, that is just, I like to do it. Like I'm not like, oh, I gotta work out. Like I want to work out more so. But now my workout stuff I do is a lot more, I will just admit it, I do not do enough cardio. Then I should do more, but I don't. It was actually a joke for a while because I would like run 1 mile like a month.
Sounds pretty good.
Something is better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I'm like one of those people that like, if I'm gonna run with some people, like I'll be fine. Like I don't like ever like fall out of shape too bad. But like, yeah. So anyways, now my workout plan, I guess, is pretty much all based on like strength training, and I don't ever do total body, really ever. And I never do abs. But other than that, like, and I don't, what's funny too, because I feel like the things that like I've been talked about, like with girls, it's like abs and their booty.
Cardio, and you don't do abs or cardio.
Or booty.
Or booty, yeah.
Like obviously I'll do it sometimes, but I don't just like do like, oh, today's booty day. Like
no, it's leg day.
Yeah. No, it's either like hamstrings or like quads, and booty just so happens to be engaged in some of that. But I mean, yeah, so yeah. I mean, most of it now is just strength training. And then I do squat, deadlift, and then bench more. But I've been getting better at when I do it, because I get made fun of because I'd squat and then I would do shoulders. And then one of my boyfriend's friends, he's a personal trainer, and he's like, it's fine. But he's just like, it's weird, but it's fine, you know.
A lot of people do shoulders on leg day.
Yeah, so I don't know. But I mean, I didn't really take it personal. I was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like now I'll get a little bit better with it. Like if I'm in a deadlift, I'll maybe do back like right after, just so it's a little more like intertwined.
Yeah.
But
same
yeah.
muscle groups.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I have been doing more like HIIT workouts, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess total body, like one, like, or I'll just go for a run. But yeah. Cardio, I need to add that in, but it always hasn't been like that because I only did one Spartan race.
Yeah.
A year.
But basically, it's like it's just a part of your day.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, do I want to work out today? It's not even a question. It's just like, this is just what I do.
Yeah. Well, and when I was talking about when I went to Milwaukee, I stopped working out because it was a lot harder to go to the gym because it was right in the middle of the city. So you had to take a shuttle to get to the campus.
Mm-hmm.
And then the gym, then that's where it was. Because that was my freshman year, so I was in a dorm. And it was just so much more of a hassle. Because it's like, okay, I have all my school stuff. And I got to go back to my dorm, get on the shuttle, then go back to campus, back on the shuttle. And it was just like, yeah. So, I mean, they had a workout, like, area in the dorm, but it was lame. It was like a treadmill and, like, 2 dumbbells. So, I mean, I think now I kind of got into the, like, mode where it's like I need to find time to work out because that's just what keeps me sane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like even during school and it's like super stressful, I don't care, like I'm going to work out. Like I'm not going to take, oh, I'm too busy. Like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like I will. And I know, like, my mom will say stuff. She's like, oh, I'm so busy and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't say anything, but I'm just like inside, I'm just like, if you really, really want to work out, you will find time. I mean, I used to get up at 5 o'clock and work out, so I hated it. I will not say enjoyed that, but like,
yeah,
that's the only time I had. So I mean, I will find time to work out, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Very dedicated. I need some of that type of motivation. I need that because I don't think, honestly and truly, after I graduated high school, I stopped working out. And I really just started tapping back into it when I took your class, Lifelong Health and Wellness, and we had to start doing the workouts.
Mm-hmm.
I just started tapping back into it, but I haven't grasped a routine. But I really want to because I can tell a difference in high school me and me now. And working out, it makes you feel better. And I feel like you can do more, like you're more energized throughout the day and stuff. So I'm really trying to tap into getting into a routine and actually enjoying it because I don't want to be like, oh boy, I gotta go work out. Because in high school, once I started doing it, I did enjoy it. So I'm trying to find the likingness of it again.
Do you feel like in high school you did it more as like a function of your sport, like for your sport, and not really for any other reason?
See, at first it was like that, but then I used to find myself working out outside of school, outside of my sport, and I was like, okay, maybe I do like this. Like when my brother's fiance, she was like, Asia, I wanna start doing this. I'm like, hey, come on, let's go. I can do it. Let's do this. And my friends would want to work out. I'm like, yeah, I get out of practice at this time. I'm going to work out after practice. Right. I'm like, I like what I'm doing. Like this is fun. So I really want to tap back into liking it again. I feel like I fell off with it so much because I stopped playing basketball. So it was kind of like, well, you don't have a sport to actually stay in shape for anymore. So now it's like you just got to really do it if you really, really like it. And life happened, and I was like, yeah, I'll get back to it.
I feel like that's something that a lot of athletes struggle with after high school. And or even if somebody has never worked out before in their life, like they might just feel like I have no idea what to do or how to do it. But like you said, Asia, something is better than nothing.
Definitely.
So if you're just even going for a walk, just starting by doing that, that's better than nothing.
Facts.
Yeah.
Because you have some people who are like couch potatoes. They do not move. It's just not healthy. It's not healthy at all.
And everybody knows how to walk. You don't
right.
have to.
It's not hard.
I mean, you know, barring some sort of disability, but.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I can't get the whole my 600-pound life thing. Like, how?
No.
How does that happen?
Yeah, and for me, it's like it didn't just happen overnight. Like that took a lot of time to not like realize or like.
Yeah. Well, just like we're saying, like the ideal, you know, whatever your ideal body is, doesn't happen overnight. Weight gain also is
right. It's gradual.
At some point,
crazy 600 pounds. Though.
Yeah. When I start to gain or lose weight, I can tell by the way my clothes are fitting, or like if I'm looking bloated in the face.
Yes.
And then it's like, oh, I know I've been kind of eating badly for some time. Let me do something about this. I don't know who's joining us right now. It'll be a surprise guest.
We got a new surprise guest coming in, guys.
Yeah. So I pulled up, I can take you through kind of some of my old progress photos.
Ooh.
And I started taking them, I mean, I don't know, it's just good to take them. You don't have to share them with anybody like I'm about to. It's just for you. But it can be a good way to measure.
And I think it keeps you motivated too. Like, see it working. You're like, oh, yeah.
But again, you know, sort of trigger warning, if you are somebody who struggles with some sort of disordered eating, maybe, and you're overly focused on how you look, then that's not good. I think it's more important to focus on like life satisfaction and enjoyment in what you're doing and how you're feeling than how you're actually looking. But I want to share these because I do in a certain way feel like how I looked kind of reflected my mental state at those times. Who joined us? Who's here?
I have no idea.
No, I don't know either.
Okay.
It's Janae.
Oh, Janae. Okay, hi, Janae. So Janae, Asia, Taylor. Janae's our new
hey, Janae.
marketing person. You might, I don't know if you guys know each other. All right, I'm just going to share my screen if I can figure out how to do that. So I sort of brought you through a little bit, let's see, you know, through high school and a little bit after grad school. So when I graduated from grad school, I started working in corporate fitness. And that was fine. I'm starting backwards. I'm starting from earlier. Okay. Yeah. So after grad school, I started working in corporate fitness and I was living at home with my parents again. And that's fine. But you know, they had a lot of snacks and things around the house, and and when I was working in corporate fitness, I wasn't allowed to work out while I was at work, and so I didn't really want to work till 7 p.m. and then stay at work longer. Anyway, so after I worked in corporate fitness, which was generally pretty terrible, I did sign up for my first bikini competition because I had gained some weight and I was feeling like generally pretty lethargic. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this fitness competition because getting on stage in a skimpy bikini is pretty good motivation to get it together, because otherwise you're still gonna have to get up there no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. I don't necessarily recommend that for the average person. I would probably recommend not to do that, if anything. But anyway, I was doing something called carb backloading, and basically I would go 5 or 6 days, very low carbs, and then I would have a carb refeed of sweet potato, oatmeal, whatever, to fuel my workouts. But generally, it was like a low carb situation. And that was when I first started taking weight training seriously. So on the left, this was my first show on the left, May 2014. And you can tell, like, I was just more skinny, kind of. Then after that, I moved out to Arizona, and I was so depressed. I hated my PhD program. I was having like Ben and Jerry's all the time, and like there was some really good food in Arizona too, don't get me wrong, like some really delicious food. I miss it. But generally it was just not a good time. I was still going to the gym. I never stopped working out, and I made some good friends there, which was fun. But you can tell, like, I gained some weight, which is, again, fine, but I wasn't super happy.
So this is you in Arizona?
This is me in Arizona. Yep. Okay. I just wasn't super happy there.
Right.
And this was a little bit
like
later.
Homesick, too.
So I was used to not being at home because being from Connecticut, I went to school in North Carolina, grad school in Georgia. So that wasn't really too bad for me. But coming from looking like this here on the left, and then gaining probably 25 pounds or so. That's a lot when you're 5'3".
Yeah, that's a big.
Yeah, so I was in this picture probably like 117 or something, and then at the highest in Arizona, I was maybe like 136, 140-ish.
Okay.
Then I just started, I moved to South Carolina.
You look like a rock star.
I know. I miss my hair like that. I need to make it purple again. So I moved to South Carolina, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it together again. And then I started getting ready for my second show, which is this one here on the right. And at that point, you know, I'm probably like, you know, 2 more years of strength training resulted in more muscle, and I looked better. And also, I will say, for this show on the right, I was not nearly as strict with my diet. I enjoyed life much more, so just not obsessing made me look better for that show.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I never went under 1,500 calories. I know a lot of people trying to lose weight, they go down to like 1,200, 1,000. That is not enough food.
1,000 calories? Oh.
They really do. Even for like the lifelong health and wellness class where I'm looking at people's diets, a lot of them struggle to get enough calories, but they still might be overweight because the calories that they are eating is like, oh, I only ate Chick-fil-A today.
Right.
Like,
and I feel like that's a lot of
you seem
people.
like a hungry person. Bad for you. Yeah.
But I feel like, too, though, I feel like people that are a little more overweight, they feel like if they eat, they just look, because, I mean, someone's told me, like, she was a little overweight, and she's like, well, every time I eat, I feel like people are just looking at me that I'm just, like, you know, because I'm eating. But she doesn't eat anything. Like, yeah, she'll have one meal a day, and then but then she makes it sound like, well, I don't eat a lot, but it's like, but nothing's, you know, you're not losing weight, and I mean, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people do that.
And that's kind of where it's backwards. So because I didn't do anything extreme here, later on, so this is probably closer, this is like 2 years ago at this point, but this is, you know, plenty of time after having done that show, and I'm still very lean because I didn't do anything extreme in the first place.
So it's easier to maintain.
So yeah, because it was just life. And I don't have any pictures recently because now all I care about is my dogs, and I don't take any pictures of myself anymore.
Right.
But
your camera roll is probably full of your dogs.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can tell by scrolling through my Instagram. It used to be all workout stuff, and then we get to the top. Okay, here's some donuts, and here's
Dog,
dogs,
dog, dog.
and you know
Dog.
what? No regrets. Look at
That's
that
a cute
face.
picture, though.
That is really cute.
Yeah, that was the day we closed on our house, so that was my
Really? Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
I believe it.
Yeah, but anyway, I wouldn't say that I look all that different from that last picture anyway. It's maintainable is my point, because, and I don't count calories and I don't do anything special.
Yeah.
And I think that should be sort of the goal, figure out a way that you can eat that is generally healthy, meaning, you know, you're getting enough micronutrients and every macronutrients, and you feel good and it supports your workouts, and don't obsess. I think that's something that so many people struggle with. They're looking for that magic pill or that like
I know.
fix.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know someone. I don't know if she's still doing it, but she was taking a pill. But then she would tell everybody that she's actually working out.
No.
Some people would ask her for advice, and it was like,
what can I tell you? Like,
yeah,
what can I
and it was, that just like made me angry, because I was just like, as it is, there's so much like, you know, fake information, and then you have people that just because you look like you're healthy doesn't mean you're healthy.
Doesn't mean you're. Right. That is so true. That is so true.
For sure.
True. I know. I had like after high school, I probably gained about 30 pounds like my freshman year, like 20 to 30, because my dad had passed right after I graduated high school, and I just went straight into college. So like
that's a lot to be dealing with.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Dang.
And last year, at the beginning of the year, I was like, I don't know what to do, because I really didn't have any motivation to work out. So I was like, I'm going to try these diet pills. So I tried these diet pills.
What were they? Do you
remember?
They
were called Mag 07. And I don't really know if they were like diet pills or if they were just something that like cleans out your system. Or whatever, because it said it cleans everything, all your different body organs and things. So I took them for like a week, because I was like, I don't want to do this. I would rather work out, honestly, you know. But I really think that those pills speeded up my metabolism, because I dropped the weight and I haven't picked it back up since. And I haven't did a lot of working out, but I have increased like my water intake. I'm more serious about that. But the most I really did as far as working out was like walking a mile or two around the park in my hometown. But other than that, I did no serious working out. So when people are like, Asia, what did you do? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't know what I did.
I think that you just decided what our topic for next week is going to be, because we have less than